Are you considering moving to Oklahoma, but not exactly sure where you want to land? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you 12 important things you need to know about Moore, Oklahoma. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Natalie Bratton with the Bratton Real Estate Group at RE/MAX First in Oklahoma City. This channel is mainly for those of you who are thinking about moving to Oklahoma or know you're moving to Oklahoma, and I like to share with you things about Oklahoma real estate and living in Oklahoma. So today I'm going to talk to you about Moore, Oklahoma and 12 things you need to know. So in previous videos I've talked about Yukon and a lot about Edmond and Oklahoma City. So if you want to know more about Oklahoma, go ahead now and subscribe to my channel and click the bell to be notified when I post a video every Friday. Okay, first up, Moore, Oklahoma. Where is it? It is south of Oklahoma City. And in fact, it is bordered by South Oklahoma City on 3 sides and has Norman to the south of it. Norman is the town where the University of Oklahoma is. And so it's juxtaposed between Oklahoma City and Norman. Now, Oklahoma City is 600,000 people. Moore is 60,000 people. So just for perspective, I've talked about Edmond before. It's bigger, it has 90,000. Yukon to the west has 30,000, and then Moore is 60,000. So it's a medium-sized city, and it's the 7th largest town in all of Oklahoma. So now that you know where Moore is, the second thing you need to know about it, and the greatest thing about it, is its location. So yeah, it's just south of Oklahoma City. So if you commute to Oklahoma City or to Norman for work, you're looking at a 15 to 25 minute commute. So it's a great location. It's a way to be in a suburb, but still have access to all the awesome things in Oklahoma City. The third thing you need to know about Moore is they have a great school district. I mean, that is one of the top things people love about Moore is their schools. Now, it's not a small district. The city of Moore is only 22 square miles, but the school district encompasses 159 square miles. So it's very possible that you could end up buying a house and living in South Oklahoma City, but get the benefit of the Moore school district. The school district is the 3rd largest in the state. They have over 24,000 students and 43 different schools. Moore Schools has an 86% graduation rate, and they perform 57% higher than the national average on test scores. 57% above the national average. I'd say that's pretty good. Number 4 is the low cost of living. Now, if you're considering moving to Oklahoma, you already know that we have a low cost of living. Here's how Moore compares to the rest of the metro area. So the cost of living in Moore is only 1% higher than living in Oklahoma City. Home values are typically about 8% higher than Oklahoma City. But Moore is less expensive than living in Yukon or Edmond. And living in Moore, Oklahoma is still 10 to 14% lower than the national average. Number 5 is that Moore is about 73% Caucasian. Compared to Oklahoma City is 54% Caucasian, but 73% and growing, and probably more diverse than many of the other suburbs around Oklahoma City. Number 6, you probably want to know about crime. Well, crime in Moore, Oklahoma is about half as much as it is in Oklahoma City. Crime in Moore is 2% below the national average. Now, violent crime is significantly lower than the national average and a bit lower than Oklahoma City. Okay, enough of all the statistics and crime and neighborhoods and all that stuff. Now let's talk about the fun stuff. Number 7, Moore has 13 fabulous parks. So driving around Moore, there are 13 city parks, and they all have these really cute playgrounds. Like one playground is a pirate ship, another one's a rocket ship, one looks like police cars. They have a theme for all their playgrounds. There are 3 significant parks I want to talk about. The newest park, and the one that they're most proud of, is the station at Central Park. So as you may guess, the station at Central Park is in the center of Moore. It's 51 acres, and it has a farmer's market every Saturday morning. As you may guess, the playground and the building and everything has a train theme. But this park is beautiful, and they have like food truck Fridays and special events and concerts. They have dive-in movies. They'll have a movie showing while you're floating in the pool. Next is Buck Thomas Park. It's a really big park. I think it's over 150 acres, but it has a dog park as its newest section. So for those of you that love to take your dog to the park, there are dog parks in Moore. Next is Veterans Memorial Park, and it's a really nice park, and the main thing to know about it is there is a big wall of honor that honors all the Moore citizens who have been a part of fighting for our freedom and have been involved in the wars that we fought in our country. One more thing of note from Parks and Recreation is they do have the Moore Senior Center. It's called the Brand Senior Center, and if you are a person over 55, you can go to the Senior Center where they offer all kinds of activities. So if you're looking for a way to get involved once you move to Moore and you're over 55, check out the Brand Senior Center. Number 8 for Moore, Oklahoma is shopping and amenities. So if you're wondering what Moore is like, is there stuff to do there? Well, yes. There are 2 hospitals in Moore. There's an Integris and there's Moore Norman Regional, and a plethora of medical offices. And if you need more specialists, then you can of course go to Oklahoma City, just 20 minutes away. Shopping, there are all the major chains that you like where you live. Walmart, Target, Lowe's, Academy. There's several different grocery store chains to choose from. Of course, there are local boutiques as well. So if you're worried about having to go very far to get what you need, they have everything in Moore. And worst case scenario is you drive 20 to 30 minutes to Oklahoma City if you need something that Moore doesn't have. Moore also has plenty of fitness centers. So whatever you need, Moore has it. Number 9, there are several notable people who come from Moore, but probably the most famous person that you'll have heard of who is from Moore, Oklahoma is country singer Toby Keith. In fact, Toby still lives here. He's often seen at football games and events around town. Number 10, what is there to do in Moore? Well, of course, as we've already mentioned, we're only 20 to 30 minutes to anything in Oklahoma City. So all the fun of downtown Oklahoma City is just a short drive away. But here are the reasons that I drive to Moore. Number 1 is the Yellow Rose Dinner Theater. They put on variety shows, and the main one they do is they have a guy who impersonates Sammy Davis Jr., a guy who does Dean Martin, and Blue Eyes Frank Sinatra. So they're great singers, fun performers. You need to go at least once to the Yellow Rose Theater. The next reason to go to Moore, Oklahoma is the Warren Theater. So the Warren Theater is right off 4th and I-35. We have a few movie theaters in the metro area kind of like this, but the Warren is the biggest. It has 14 different screens, and it has the real comfy chairs. And in the main theaters, they have a balcony where you can sit and they will serve you dinner and drinks in the balcony while you watch the movie. So we love to go to the Warren, and it's a really nice theater. Other places to go in Moore are Andy Alligator's Fun Park. It is a great place to go with kids or groups. They have, you know, bumper cars and video games and go-karts and all that kind of crazy stuff, miniature golf. It's one of those places where everybody can find something they like to do. Okay, so number 11. This is the one you've probably been waiting for. Natalie, all this sounds nice, but Moore is famous for big tornadoes. So what's the story on the tornadoes in Moore? Okay, so Moore has been hit by some large tornadoes in the past. Now, what you should know about Moore is it's not in the top 5 counties for highest amount of tornadoes in Oklahoma. It's not in the top 5. And most of the time, tornadoes are small and don't do much damage. Most of the time, the worst case scenario is your fence gets blown down, you get some roof damage, but nobody's injured. That's 90% of the time. But in the last 30 years, Moore has had 4 big tornadoes, and they made the news. Now, those tornadoes hit more than just Moore. They started to the southwest and moved up into Oklahoma City. But the reason Moore is the place that got talked about the most and shown the most is because it was a highly populated area. So it had more interesting shots of damage. So yes, there are occasionally tornadoes that come through here. They do call it Tornado Alley. All my friends in Moore say just make sure you have a storm shelter for peace of mind and good insurance. And know that if you move here, that our meteorologists are really great at notifying you and letting you know before a storm hits. Finally, number 12. So I went on Facebook and asked my friends who live in Moore what they think you should know about Moore. So first we have Kelly. I've known Kelly since junior high. Kelly says, I love it here. Now you should know Kelly grew up in Northwest Oklahoma City and she is a teacher in Moore as well. But she says, I love it here. It feels like a small town, but it also feels like a big city. It's like a small town in a big city. The community is like none other here than you would ever experience. And all the schools have safe rooms now. And so you can feel a lot better about your kids being at school. Almost all the new homes have storm shelters. And you know, really, like when you buy a house in the metro, you're not guaranteed to have a storm shelter, but more of the houses in Moore actually have storm shelters. A lot of times the school district will let the kids out early if they suspect there will be a storm that day. My client LaDonna says that she loves the school district and that is a great community as well. The downside is the traffic, and that's true. There can be some serious commuter traffic on I-35 and off 19th Street in the shopping areas. Robert, another client of mine, says that he loves it here. The schools are great and the town has a great sense of community, and the businesses and the people are always growing and working, and there's a great sense of community and friendliness here. My cousin Charlotte asked me if I'm moving. No, Charlotte, I'm not moving to Moore. Her husband Ron hates the traffic. And again, the traffic is because people are commuting in and out of Oklahoma City. The traffic is probably the worst part about Moore. Thanks for watching. For more information on Moore, Oklahoma and the other parts of the metro Oklahoma City area, contact me and visit my website at oklahomahomeseller.com. Come back next Friday when I share another video about living in the Oklahoma City metro area.